Last year, a woman by the name of Asia Argento accused Harvey Weinstein of touching her. Um, and not even a year later, 10 months later, a few days ago, the New York Times reported that she had a sexual affair with an actor by the name of Jimmy Bennett in 2013 when the boy was 17 years old. And according to him, she gave him alcohol, performed oral sex. They had sex together, and then she paid him over $300,000 as part of a settlement. Now, she denies the allegation of the assault, um, and her partner, the deceased Anthony Bourdain, paid uh, to avoid the bad publicity. Now, there were some text messages that were also released, and it's really sad that this story is going to get glossed over when it is very, very significant. First thing is that the shoe is now on the other side of the foot. Um, but it also points to the hypocrisy that we have when it comes to our outrage over acts of pedophilia. I can almost guarantee you, if this had been a male actor that had been found to be with some girl that was underage by the state law, you would see insanity ensue. People would be going out and complaining and criticizing it, and it's not a stretch of the imagination to say that the majority of these big age gap relationships, where one of the partners is underage, are between a younger male and an older female. You have to remember, with most of these kids being in school and 70% of the teachers being female, who are these young boys surrounded by for most of the day? But, there is this idea and this mentality that supposedly, if you end up hooking up with someone like this as a male, you're supposed to enjoy it, and it's supposed to be this big score that you can brag about with all of your friends. Um, but there is a psychological issue in being with a person while you yourself are still developing that is that far ahead, and just it's something that we tend to understand a lot more when it's a female involved with some man, but people don't seem to care. So as far as this goes, I just want it to be understood that you have a serious gap in how we take these relationships seriously, um, when it comes to gender. And I find it absolutely disturbing that you can have this person be propelled as this major figure for, against sexual assault. And then just a few years earlier, she had done the same thing. She had a post where she wrote that seeing this boy was the happiest thing of her life, or something to that effect. And no one thinks this is weird. No one says, what's going on. I mean, this was public knowledge when that happened, not the affair, but her saying that, and no one considered it weird or raised an eyebrow. So it's a continued bias that we have to fight against, and I'm at least glad that we can see the covers start being pulled from under these people who are going around trying to make us sympathetic to their plight, and they're abusing someone behind closed doors.